Okay, let's not even go the subtle approach. I'm talking about a subject that's very hard. I'm going to be very clear about what my opinion is. Basically, I was watching a long, no commentary walkthrough on YouTube of The Last of Us, because I don't own a PlayStation 3. And in doing so, we get to a certain point in the game where Ellie, this character Ellie, almost gets raped. That scene is so creepy. I mean, it's astonishingly creepy. It makes me want to take a bath with acid, cut my balls off, and send them to a garbage dump. Pretty much just exterminate the human race. It's creepy. And it's a really weird thing, because as I was thinking about it, and I do actually love that scene because it's a good illustration of how far Ellie's character has come. Oh god, if I say no pun intended, I'll go to hell forever. It's a good illustration of where that character's at, but that's not really the main thing that went through my head. The main thing that went through my head is, should rape be allowed in video games? And I've been asking myself this question for the past, I don't even know, 5 days since The Last of Us has been out. And I had to really honestly think about it. And I thought about it for a long time. And while I was thinking about it, I came to the final conclusion that, in a way, yes. And I decided to analyze it, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And hopefully share this video with as much YouTubers as possible. Share it as much as a prostitute shares STDs. Just share it as much as I can. And, well, I came up with a decent analysis of how I think the subject should be done. Well, basically, as I was thinking about it, I thought about it for a long time, I came to the conclusion that if in gameplay terms, hell no. No, absolutely not. Rape should not be allowed in gameplay for one simple reason. Video games are not movies and books. Video games are an interactive medium, and movies and books just aren't. They'll never be, and they'll never be close to it. You're detached from these characters. You're viewing their experiences. And rape is already traumatizing enough in those mediums. We don't need that in the video game industry. I mean, those mediums, ironically, hate us enough, the damn hypocrites, but, you know, it's just, we don't need to add extra reasons to that. I do not want to play as a character that is a rapist, and I do not want to play as a character being raped with my controller shaking. The only way that could be creepier is if I was doing a Woody Allen impression with child pornography in the background as music. I mean, it's creepy, and I don't want that to happen. But, with that said, can it be done in a storytelling element, or in a storytelling way? And I thought about this for a long time, and I came to the conclusion that, yes, it can, if it's executed in the same way as something such as The Last of Us is. If rape is used in a way that The Last of Us is, which is subtle, and, okay, let's face it, The Last of Us wasn't subtle with it, but still, if it's done in a way where it's used for storytelling purposes to advance a character, and it's simply not just making a character and putting them in a terrible situation, like, if it's furthering that character's development, male or female, and that character was a human being, if it's not just being objectified, if that person, male or female, isn't being just an object, or if it's in a way where it can be done, then I'll be okay with it. I mean, you can't turn that person needs to already be a person before that happens in order for that to work. you can do it as a cutscene or heavily implied. And that is fine, but it needs to be executed right. Because God knows if you don't execute it right, guess what? I'm going to think you're a creep. The whole entire world's going to think your development team is a creep. And you will deservingly get that. Because you know what you're messing with the minute you put rape into your game. And that's really where I stand with the subject. I was surprised that nobody else brought it up during the whole Last of Us scene. I mean, I guess it could be easily interpreted that he's not trying to rape Ellie, because I don't see the depth scene. I usually see people press triangle and, she stabs the living crap out of him. But, it was just, it is implied. And I guess that's the creepiest part of it, is that it's implied. And it is creepy. It's genuinely creepy. But with that said, I thought it was executed well, and you can do that in a video game if you do it right. God knows we don't need rape play or any of these other games that, do it in that type of way, because it is creepy. I'm basically repeating myself at this point. It can be done for storytelling motivations, but for gameplay, no. And I did come to this conclusion, and I want to hear other people's ideas and other people's feelings towards this subject, and I'm planning on spreading this video around. I think this is something that needs to be brought up or given attention to. There aren't many things. I haven't seen a single person give any attention towards this subject or towards this moment within The Last of Us. And I think I don't say it's a bad thing as much as it's just interesting. And I like to see people take this on. I like to see people's responses. So, that's my conclusion and my thoughts of The Last of Us and rape in media in general, for video games. So, like, favorite, subscribe, share us on Facebook and Twitter, and I guess comment on how you feel rape should be in video games. I mean, I hope you don't have an argument against this, but that's besides the point. Yeah. What do you guys think? I mean, it's kind of I think it's going to be an interesting road to see how people feel about this. Thank you. This is the Crispy Tiger, and goodbye.